All right, everybody, this is Health, Home, and Lifestyle. I'm Jason Salas. Thank you so much for joining me. I am joined right now by a very good friend of mine. And let me say, Dr. Jasmin Wenzel, congratulations, first of all, on getting those pretty amazing credentials. I know you've been working on your doctoral degree for a very long time, but you are now a certified PhD. So what exactly is your is it exercise science?
Yeah, so I have my thank you. I have my master's in exercise science. My doctoral degree is actually in education.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Curriculum and instruction, yeah.
Oh, very cool. Well, you've bridged certainly the two schools of thought and everything, because that's why we're
Right.
coming together today, because we are going to talk about some myths that maybe we as Guamanians very often have heard, and you can either debunk them or confirm them as far as us living healthy lifestyles. All right.
Yeah, sounds good. Let's try it.
Okay. Okay. First one. Lent is coming up for people that are of the Christian faith and everything. 90% of the people who give up something for Lent give up rice and everything. Is rice necessarily bad for you though when it comes to a health perspective?
So this one's cool because a lot of people do think it's like, the never eat it or else you'll gain weight and get belly fat. But actually the truth is that rice is really good for you. It has a lot of good nutrients in it, especially iron, which is good for your heart and blood. Um and it gives you a lot of iron. So and a lot of energy. So it's not bad for you. It's all in just moderation, right? So instead
Okay,
of
but
having two scoops, you can have one.
and Jazzy, rice is not this. Rice is not rice because you've got our red rice on here for tomorrow, and I know you love your red rice. But then you've also got like sushi rice, and you've got like Thai sticky rice and everything like that. Is one particular better than the other?
I wouldn't say so. It's really about calories in, calories out. So if you have a good program where you're physically active most days of the week, and you eat relatively well, you shouldn't worry about intaking rice, just as long as it's not too much.
Okay, so like most things in life, moderation is good.
Moderation,
Okay,
right?
and
So eat that rice.
you just realized that you made a lot of people question what they're going to give up for Lent now. So
So now, now they're gonna go and eat it all.
and there you go. Okay. The other thing I wanted to ask, and one of many is a lot of people say drinking tea is good. Either it helps the digestive process or it helps you sleep better. I know most dentists, the first thing they always ask are like, "Hey boy, so you drink tea or what?" Because it does have a tendency to stain the teeth, but as far as the rest of the human system and everything, if you drink tea, does that actually make for a more healthier lifestyle?
So there are two types of tea here that I wanna uh talk about, okay? Because there's the green tea,
Hmm.
the tea with very little sugar in it, and usually it's in a tea bag. And then there's the tea that we all know of, which is King Carr and Assam black tea. Those
Oh,
two are two different teas.
that's my
So
jam right
there's,
there, King Car. That got me through UOG.
and it's okay, like moderation again, right? But if we're looking at the amount of sugar that there is, the King Carr, the green tea bottles, all those teas in a can, it may say tea, but that doesn't mean that there's no sugar in it. So the main thing that we want to really look at is how much sugar there is in it. And if
Okay.
we're drinking something like oolong tea or green tea from a tea bag, that's actually way healthier because it has less sugar in it.
Okay. And I've heard the green tea is actually good for your digestive process. Like it's good for the metabolism and everything. So it
It
like
is, but the natural green tea, yeah.
the natural green tea. Okay. Okay. Let's talk about something that we as Guamanians also love. Beef empanada, right? Not just empanada. I mean, it's orange on the outside and it's crispy and it's delicious and everything. Is beef empanada necessarily better than some of the other ones? I've heard this rumor and I had a hard time getting on board.
Honestly, if we're looking inside the beef empanada particularly, which is my favorite, there are vegetables in there, to a degree, but not enough vegetables for us to eat in a day. We need to eat way more vegetables than that. It's not just the carrots and the peas and things like that. We need more variety of vegetables. And
Mhm.
as far as the beef inside the empanada, that is actually good too because it has a lot of protein. But the outer shell of the empanada, I would say, is probably the worst part because it has a lot of carbs, right?
Okay.
It's dough, and there's a lot that probably has most of the calories in it.
But it's so good, Jazzy.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good. But just go run after.
Okay, there you go. And wash your hands because when you get it all over, the napkin and everything, and like it bleeds right through.
Right.
Okay. I know some people and some people work out, like absolute demons and they really watch what they eat, but then they'll still have, like maybe a diet soda or a diet drink or something like that.
Yeah.
Is that actually being counterproductive if you still, watch what you eat generally and then you're getting a decent amount of exercise?
Well, I'm the first person to raise my hand and say I love Diet Coke. I love
Okay.
it. It really makes me full when I drink it, so I don't eat so much. But at the end of the day, it is fake sugar, and that isn't going to substitute for a bad diet. So even if you go to McDonald's or Wendy's and you buy a cheeseburger and you have it with Diet Coke, you're still eating that cheeseburger, which might be a lot of calories.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
This is really interesting. Okay, and so moderation seems to be a recurring theme.
it really is.
So one thing that I guess on the moderation tip this may play into is what if I'm someone who doesn't exercise like every single day and I don't do 5 miles of cardio a day, but I'm constantly cleaning the house, I'm outside in the yard, moving the hollow blocks like back and forth and everything like that. But I'm doing a fairly good job, of that, or I'm just walking around the office, like a crazy person and everything, and I'm actually getting good cardio. Is that a decent substitute?
I would say it's a good supplement to a regular workout, but it shouldn't be encompassing of your whole physical activity for the week, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So like still add in at least 15-20 minutes of actual exercise in, which is running, jogging, or walking around. And then the chores and the bush cutting and things like that can add as an extra layer of physical activity.
Okay, because again, moderation probably being like the number one thing, but I'm even assuming even if I'm walking around the office or like I'm washing the dishes and everything, I'm not hitting like my heart rate isn't hitting, like peak fitness. So
Right,
yeah,
right. You want it to hit a certain number,
yeah.
to where it
Is that
actually
around like one?
makes your heart work.
Well, my Fitbit tells me like when my peak fitness, like as far as the Fitbit settings are, it says about 154 beats per minute. If I'm doing that, like if I'm walking like on an incline or something like that, and it says if you can do that for about 10 minutes and everything like that, you're getting a really good burn.
Yeah, so how you find that number actually is pretty simple. It's 220 minus your age, and then if you times that by 50,
Hmm.
then you can go 50 or 60 or 70. And if you're around one of those numbers, then you should be good.
Okay, either that or just like look, wash the car every single day, and I have several
Wash the
neighbors that
car
do.
every day,
Yeah,
even when it
and
rains.
those people, they're hardcore. They wash their car every single day at like 6 a.m.
I know, I wish I was one of those people.
and wash. If I need to get a good burn, I'll come over to your house and I'll wash your car at 6 a.m.
Guys, just don't forget, you still need actual regular exercise and some strength training as well.
Okay, final question because this has been so fascinating. This is one that I've had for many years, right? Is it better to actually, we're talking about exercise in the morning, is it better for me to
Mhm.
exercise for 60 minutes nonstop in the morning one time or 30 minutes in the morning and then 30 minutes in the evening?
Um, so the answer to that is it depends, but
Okay.
also it doesn't really matter if you're just trying to have a healthy lifestyle. If you're getting in your exercise in the day, it doesn't really matter if you do it in the morning, doesn't really matter if you do it at night. You could do it while you're sleeping. Just kidding. But as long as you get something in,
That's
it
some
really
hardcore
doesn't matter when.
That's rapid.
If you're just looking at general fitness, yeah, it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
Your body can't tell if it's morning or night, and it doesn't change the amount of calories that you're gonna burn really. It's insignificant.
Okay, so in the final wash it all balances out.
Yeah.
There you go. See, and because of Dr. Jasmin Wenzel, we know that exercise can be fun, and I mean there is literally a science to this, and so we appreciate what you brought to the table today, Doctor.
I'm glad to share it with you all.
There you go. Doctor's orders. Dr. Jasmin Wenzel, a very good friend of ours. Expect to see her a lot more right here on the show.